Hello, my name is Shelby, and welcome to this 15-minute yoga snack. This class is perfect for when you don't have much time, but you are in need of some movement. I will say that this class is best suited for the intermediate practitioner, as we will be visiting some more advanced asanas pretty early on. So if you know that you need a little extra wrist warm-up for poses like side plank and wild thing, please take care of yourself before jumping into this practice. But if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started in a comfortable seated position. So take a moment coming on down. Adjust your body until you feel comfortable. And perhaps you close down your eyes or just soften your eye gaze. Feeling your spine aligning as you sit up tall. And just taking a few slow, deep breaths in and out of the nose to get yourself present. To begin to transition out of wherever it is you've come from, wherever it is you may be heading afterwards. Transitioning into this short practice on your mat. Once you feel that you've created a little space and separation, let's go ahead and come right into downward facing dog. And as you arrive in down dog, just take some free movements. You might bend and straighten the knees, sway the hips, maybe driving one heel at a time towards the mat. And if you'd like to, you might start taking some spinal waves, coming forward into plank on the inhale with a round spine, and coming back through down dog on the exhale with an arched spine. Just a few breaths here, moving freely, whatever feels good as you ease into your body. And settle back into down dog when you're ready. And we're going to get right into it today, building strength and flexibility. So with your next inhale, reach the right leg high. You can bend your knee, open your hip, and you might create some hip circles, ankle circles, whatever feels good. And then let's pause in a bent knee, open hip, down dog. Right heel towards left glute, right knee towards the sky. Inhale, start to lift your left heel and pivot onto the outer edge of the left foot, slowly coming into wild thing, slow as possible. Right hand starts to peel off the mat. Could you hover in this side plank variation before very carefully stepping the right foot behind you? Inhale, puff the chest, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, get expansive. Exhale, slow transition through a single-footed side plank. You're going to lift your right leg, press into left foot and left hand. Right hand wraps behind your back. How slowly can you pivot onto your left toes? Start to hug your right thigh to your chest. And how slowly could you step your right foot to the front of your mat? High lunge, right hand stays wrapped behind your back, left hand cups the right shoulder as you lift shoulders over hips. Good, settle into the shape, firm into the back left quad. Full breath in, full breath out. With your next inhale, unravel the arms, they reach up to the sky. Exhale, straighten the front right leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward, arms fan out wide to a T, pausing halfway down. Exhale, modified pyramid, continue the journey. Left heel stays lifted. Option to shorten the stance if you need. Take a breath in for length, pull back on the right hip. Take a breath out for depth. Good. This time, inhale, halfway lengthen, left hand under the shoulder, right hand to the sky, twisted pyramid. Really nice. Peeling the right shoulder open. Keep breathing here. Big transition to a skandasana at the back of the mat. So as you ground your back left heel, windmill all the way up and around, left arm travels up, and we'll come into skandasana into the back left heel. Really nice. No worries if that transition felt a little tricky. Sink in here. Good. Inhale, fan the arms out wide, open the chest. Exhale, drive through your left heel, wide-legged fold. Pivot the feet to the long edge of the mat and fold between the thighs. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold back in. Stay here for a few breaths. You might wiggle or move in the shape, just kind of feeling those areas of tension, rubbing up against them. And with your next inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale to the front of your mat, lizard lunge. You'll lower your back left knee. Adjust yourself so that your right foot is outside of your hands. Back left toes are untucked, and we'll sink into the hips here. You could stay on your hands. You could lower to your forearms. Whatever feels good in your body today. Really nice. Option to stay here or add your quad stretch, reaching the right arm up and back, hugging the left heel up and in. Last few breaths. If you have the quad stretch, gently let that go. And we're going to ease into pigeon pose. Right heel scooches to the left side of the mat. Right knee opens to the right side of the mat. Closer your heel is to your center, the more accessible this is. The more parallel your shin is to the front of the mat, the deeper you'll go. So take your time setting it up. You might come down to your forearms or maybe all the way down to your forehead. Really settling in here. I know it's pretty early on in the practice for a pigeon pose, but we are packing in as much goodness as we can in this short amount of time. A few more breaths here. Then we'll start to ease out. So from your pigeon pose, you're going to tuck your left toes and lift your left knee, coming into a half Gomukhasana down dog. Right knee crosses over left knee. Press into the hands, push the mat away from you, hips push up and back. Good, and then take some free movement with the right leg, just kind of releasing the hip in whatever way you would like. And we'll meet back up in down dog. When you're ready, inhale, roll forward to a plank pose. A quick little plank hold here. Just getting into all the elements. Fire here. The wind is definitely pushing around elements of the earth right now. I'm seeing all these beautiful yellow petals on my mat. Last few breaths here. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Right away, inhale, reach the left leg high. You could bend your knee, open your hip. You might take some hip circles, ankle circles, just getting some feel-good movement. And we'll pause in a bent knee, open hip, down dog. Left heel towards right glute, left knee towards the sky. Inhale, start to lift your bottom right heel as you pivot onto the outer right foot, coming towards Wild Thing as slow as possible. Left hand starts to peel off the mat, and maybe we hover in this sort of awkward side plank for a moment before the left toes touch the earth behind you. Inhale, Kamatkarasana, expand, squeeze the glutes. As you exhale, a slow transition through side plank. Keep the left leg hovering, lifting. It could be in a sort of tree pose variation. We'll start to wrap our left arm behind our back and hug left thigh to chest as we pivot onto the right toes. Try to do this as slow as you can, stepping the left foot to the front of the mat. Good. Setting up for high lunge, left arm wrapped behind back as you rise, right hand cups left shoulder. Settle into the shape, firm up the right quad, bend the left knee. One more breath here. Good. Inhale, unravel the arms. They reach out and up to the sky. Exhale, left leg straightens, arms out to a T. Breathe in, lengthen the spine forward, pausing halfway down. Breathe out, modified pyramid. Hands can release as you bow all the way in. Back right heel could stay lifted here. If you need to adjust the stance, please do. Inhale, lengthen, square the left hip back. Exhale, fold. Keep breathing. This time, inhale, lengthen, right hand under the shoulder, left hand to the sky, twisted pyramid. Open through the chest, legs stay super strong here, so we're not just dumping down into the right hand. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, start to ground your back right heel, windmill all the way up and around to skandasana into the back right hip. Good. If you do need to support yourself, that's totally fine. If possible, hands gather at the heart, hips above the right heel. Inhale, open the arms, open the chest. Exhale, drive into the right foot, wide-legged fold. Adjust the feet as you fold between the thighs. Inhale, create length. Exhale, hang free. Really nice. Option to interlace your hands behind your back here for the shoulder opener, extending the fist towards the sky, and then maybe they fall up and back behind you. Last couple breaths. If you have the shoulder opener, carefully release it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to the front of the mat, lizard lunge. Adjust yourself. Back right knee lowers, right toes untuck, and the left foot scooches to the left side of the mat, both hands inside. You might stay on your hands, you might lower to your forearms, just sink into your hips in whatever way feels good to you. Option to stay, option to add the quad stretch, reaching the top or the left arm up and back and the right heel up and in. If you have the quad stretch, carefully let it go. We're going to ease into pigeon pose. Left foot scooches to the right side. Left knee opens to the left side. Do your best to square your hips here. So noticing if you're leaning to one side and really getting both hips pointing forward. And just take your time finding your depth. Surrender in. Last couple breaths. And slowly we'll start to lift back up. We'll press into our hands, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. Ardha Gomukhasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Half shoelace pose, down dog. Left knee crosses over the right. That's kind of a mouthful. All right, and then you can just take some free movement with your left leg, your left hip, releasing that however you need, and meeting back up in downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale, wave forward, plank pose, shoulders over wrists. One more time here, holding our plank. Press the mat away, hug the front body to the back body. Firm up the quads. Navel hugs up and in. You've got this. One more inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath cycle here. And gently release your knees to the earth. Untuck your toes. Have a seat on your heels. Rest your hands on your heart. Close your eyes and just take a moment to notice how you feel. How moving and breathing with intention can impact your mood. If you have time for Shavasana, of course, please feel free to go there. Otherwise, thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.